The Galactic Council had always considered humans to be among the most fragile species in the known universe. Their soft skin tore easily, their bones broke under minimal pressure, and their internal organs were vulnerable to the slightest trauma. When the Terran Alliance joined the interstellar community, many alien species found it amusing how these delicate creatures had managed to survive long enough to develop space travel. Commander Nex of the Duranian Empire particularly enjoyed pointing out human weaknesses during military exercises. His exoskeleton could withstand pressure that would crush a human instantly, and his regenerative capabilities were impressive even by Council standards. "Look at them," Nex chittered to his second-in-command during joint training operations. "They need protective suits for everything. A small tear and they're done for." Lieutenant Voss nodded in agreement, his 4 eyes blinking in sequence. The Council only accepted them because of their resourcefulness. They compensate for physical weakness with technology. This perception continued until the incident at Outpost 7. Outpost 7 was a research station orbiting a gas giant in neutral space, staffed by scientists from 12 different species, including 3 humans. When a rogue asteroid shower damaged the station, emergency protocols were activated. Most species made it to escape pods, but the humans and several others were trapped in a rapidly decompressing section. Dr. Tom Reed, the senior human scientist, had been inspecting hull integrity when the first asteroid hit. His arm was severed at the elbow by a piece of shrapnel. The aliens with him, a Duranian and 2 Lentari, expected him to die instantly. Instead, they watched in shock as Reed applied a self-sealing compound to the wound, tied off his arm with remarkable calm, and began directing evacuation efforts. "Move toward Section C," he shouted, blood soaking his makeshift bandage. "The emergency bulkheads are still operational there." The Duranian, Officer Krell, couldn't comprehend how the human remained functional. "You've lost a limb," he stated, mandibles clicking in confusion. Reed grimaced. "I'm aware. Now help me get these people to safety." The group made it to Section C, where they found the other 2 humans, Engineer Maria Diaz and botanist Jack Williams, working to reroute power to life support systems. Williams had suffered severe burns across his torso, but continued working as Diaz applied regenerative gel to his wounds between programming sequences. For 3 weeks, the survivors remained trapped until rescue arrived. During this time, the aliens witnessed something they had never considered possible. The humans began to heal. Reed's stump formed a protective scab, then started generating new tissue. Williams' burns, which would have been fatal for many species, gradually formed new skin. Even Diaz, who had suffered internal damage from radiation exposure, showed improvement as her body fought the effects. When the Council rescue team finally arrived, they found the survivors thin and exhausted but alive. The non-humans immediately requested medical stasis, while the humans simply asked for proper medical attention and food. Admiral Zorn of the Council fleet personally interviewed Officer Krell about the experience. "How did they survive?" Zorn demanded. "Our models predicted all humans would perish within days of such injuries." Krell's exoskeleton had cracked in several places, and one of his sensory appendages had withered from lack of proper nutrients. Unlike Reed's arm, it would never regrow. "They're not fragile," Krell replied. "They're resilient in ways we don't understand. Reed lost a limb and continued functioning. Their bodies fight to recover, to rebuild." Council medical specialists studied the humans during their return journey. What they discovered revolutionized galactic understanding of human physiology. Human stem cells, their immune responses, their ability to adapt to trauma, all were remarkable, not because humans were physically tough, but because they were designed to recover. Their bodies contained the blueprints to rebuild damaged tissues, fight infections, and even adapt to environmental poisons over time. 6 months after the Outpost 7 incident, Dr. Reed appeared before the Galactic Council. He walked into the chamber without assistance, his left arm now a blend of regrown tissue and advanced prosthetics that connected directly to his nervous system. What began as purely mechanical was slowly being incorporated into his body, with human tissue growing around and interfacing with the artificial components. "Humans don't just heal," explained the Council's chief xenobiologist to the assembled representatives. They improve. Their bodies learn from damage. The very radiation that would kill most species triggered adaptive responses in their cells. Their skeletal fractures heal stronger at the breakpoint. Even their primitive emotional responses serve recovery. Their pain is an information system that protects while healing occurs. Commander Nex was present during this presentation. He watched Reed demonstrate the functionality of his hybrid arm, now stronger than his original limb had been, with newfound respect. "We misunderstood," Nex admitted later to his lieutenant. "We thought physical fragility was weakness, but their evolutionary path selected for recovery rather than prevention of injury." The Duranian military soon incorporated human medical techniques into their own protocols. Other species followed suit, studying the remarkable regenerative capabilities of these seemingly delicate creatures. 2 years later, when the scourge attacked the outer colonies, it was human recovery models that saved countless lives across species boundaries. The knowledge gained from studying human healing had revolutionized medicine throughout the Council. Humans remained physically more vulnerable to initial damage than many species, but the galaxy no longer mocked their fragility. Instead, they marveled at their persistence, their bodies' refusal to surrender to damage, and their remarkable capacity to regrow, rebuild, and return stronger than before. As Reed often said when asked about human resilience, "Breaking isn't failure if you know how to rebuild."